Silence is a discipline of attention. What you refuse to publish becomes what you finally have the power to live, learn from, and own. In a world addicted to display, not posting is not a void but a choice, a psychological boundary that says the performance of life is not the same as the experience of life. To understand the people who seldom post, you have to separate visibility from vitality and applause from meaning. Many of them are not shy or antisocial. They are simply fluent in a different economy, one where attention is currency, privacy is capital, and energy is invested, not spent for likes. Some people don't post because they've done the math on attention and found the equation doesn't balance. Every post costs time to curate, vigilance to maintain, and resilience to absorb feedback you didn't solicit. For the quiet user, those hidden costs outweigh the momentary dopamine of engagement, and their nervous system thanks them for the refund. Others are temperamentally built for depth, not display, and depth rarely thrives under a spotlight. High conscientiousness minds prefer to think in drafts, to let ideas marinate before they are exposed to commentary that can freeze growth. So the silence is not timidity, it's incubation, craft maturing off stage until it can walk on its own. There's also an identity principle at work. When your self-worth is anchored inside, external mirrors lose their compulsive pull. People with secure attachment don't need a chorus to stabilize their mood, and they're not terrified by empty comment sections. Their meter for a good day is internal. Tasks completed, values honored, relationships nourished. Mystique is another deliberate strategy that social media often misunderstands. In a marketplace drowning in exposure, scarcity signals value, and mystery is a leverage most people give away for free. The person who seldom posts becomes a question mark, and humans have always been magnetized to the unsolved. For many, silence is a protective layer against the algorithmic roughness of mass interpretation. A sentence can be amputated from its context and fed to outrage. A photo can be misread and archived forever. Those who've witnessed reputational pylons learn that discretion is not fear, it's wisdom learned in the fire. If you zoom in on cognitive performance, the non-poster often optimizes for flow rather than feedback. They guard their momentum from micro-interruptions, captions, angles, hashtags, replies. Attention fragmentation can turn a focused life into confetti. Refusing to post becomes a productivity protocol, as tangible as a training plan. There's also the ethics of representation. Some people feel the moral friction of turning private tenderness into public content or tragedy into engagement. They want their memories stored in the soul, not the server. Their love to be lived, not leveraged. Their grief to be held, not harvested. Cultural wisdom plays a part too. In some communities, privacy is protection and humility is hygiene. Blessings, they say, grow best in the dark. The loudest table attracts the sharpest eyes, and the quiet household sleeps better. The non-poster is following ancestral risk management, not modern insecurity. From a Jungian lens, the non-poster is sometimes deep in individuation, the work of integrating the shadow and consolidating the self. Rather than scattering identity into curated fragments, they pull their pieces inward and earn coherence in private. Their progress is measured in projections withdrawn, not followers gained. There is a trauma-informed angle that can't be ignored. People who have been shamed, stalked, or harassed online may choose silence as self-parenting, a boundary that says, I don't owe my vulnerability to an archive that cannot forget. That choice is not bitterness. It is a nervous system choosing safety over spectacle. Professionals in sensitive roles often minimize digital footprints because the stakes are real. Teachers, therapists, executives, attorneys, soldiers, and public servants understand how a single misconstrued post can haunt a career. In such contexts, silence is not a quirk. It is insurance, prudence, and respect for the gravity of their duties. For creators, the forge of obscurity is underrated. Most masterpieces live long, unposted seasons while they shed their clumsiness and gather integrity. When sharing finally happens, it's from abundance, not hunger. The audience becomes a gift, not a bandage. Minimal posters are not absent from social life. They just route around the stage. They prefer DMs to declarations, phone calls to threads, dinners to live streams. They build small fires and sit close, trading ambient popularity for intentional intimacy.